Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about Verge. Is it on the verge of an uptrend? So welcome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell button, slap on a like, and most importantly say hello, hi. So welcome, Verge. The shining light of 2017-18 with its massive rise in the bull run. Now, on my socials, I often refer to this as a funny coin because I think it's a bit random. I've said it before in the past, XVG is something that is, in my opinion, not financial advice, is a really good coin as a catalyst for alt seasons. It always does incredibly well in random alt seasons. It always just boom, bang, it just flies. There's a massive, strong community around Verge. Obviously, they've got some decent partnerships with the likes of Pornhub. But other than that, you know, it's a currency that has stood the risk of length of time, essentially. So there's all kinds of different parameters that you've got to consider. So in terms of this, it's going to halve. The supplies, though, that's the only difference that is a bit weird. That's the only thing that is kind of a little bit like, there's a lot of Verge out in circulation. Will it create scarcity? Unlikely. However, I do feel that the power of community-driven projects house a lot of investment in basically telling others how awesome their currency is, how awesome their community is. It brings people in. I've seen that with the likes of my Zilliqa videos. I've seen that with other tweets that are on my Twitter, for example, and people recommending coins for me to look at. They get a lot of likes, they get a lot of engagement. A lot of people are really into altcoins, so it makes sense me doing a video when to invest in Verge before halving, right? Yeah, it does. So let's talk about it. Obviously, halving's happening, and I will go over the more data side of it in a minute in the old trading view format. But this is what happened in 2017. It was unbelievable. This was the biggest thing I've ever seen, ever. I've never, ever thought that I would ever see numbers like this in the space in such a short period of time. This was within 3 to 4 weeks, by the way, just to let you know. If you're new to the cryptocurrency space and you're thinking that, oh, this is all bollocks, trust me, when people say, right, certain coins could go up to certain prices, you got to understand it has happened in the past. The lower you go, the deeper you go into the seaweed of the earth, bloody crust where the ocean is, and they rise, honestly, the multiples increase a lot. I'm seeing it with Zilliqa right now. If you bought Zilliqa like half a cent, it's now at 2.5 cents, give or take. The more that increases, the more the multiples you will get from your original buy-in. It's vitally important you understand how that works in a mathematical sort of format. So this was huge, right? Absolutely huge. And at the minute, obviously there's other ones that did well as well. All, by the way, of the same sort of ilk, if you're wondering. So it was very interesting to know that in a bull run, prior to the previous halving in 2016 for Bitcoin, in 2017 everything went mental, right? It went crazy. Ethereum went mental, altcoins were mental. A lot of these coins here are elements of which they work like Bitcoin, they work like Verge, they work like... Verge is pretty much the same sort of source code as Bitcoin in a way. However, let's talk about other things. Halvings create scarcity. That's the only negative about this video. There's no real scarcity because there's so many supply. But hype, marketing, all kinds of good stuff will come of this. Now, Lunar Crush is a really good website. I rate it a lot. I think it's pretty cool. Coin of the day is Verge. Interesting. Now, it has decent scores. Obviously, it's decent in terms of rank. It's doing all right. A lot of social media volume posts are starting to increase. You can see that a massive increase. Social engagement increasing. Bullish sentiment. Obviously, different kind of spam volumes and new shared links. So people are definitely talking about it, which is obviously key. Price rises within cryptocurrency comes from hype and people talking about it. People going, oh, mate, have you invested in this? Yeah, cool. Tell your friends, mate. All right. You know, people do that. So in 37 days, I believe it is, we have a halving. The next halving where it's going to change a small elements and we know what's going to happen, right? We've seen it with all kinds of other coins. This is going to create people to talk. Talking, like myself doing videos, other people on Twitter doing tweets, people on all kinds of other networks talking about it. And that will happen with any coin. When there's a big event happening, okay, then big events create demand. And if people are buying a coin that is currently priced and only has 7 million volume, it could go up in price quite dramatically. So I am going to do a sequel to this video, just to let you know. So post-halving, whatever, we'll do it maybe 50, 60 days after halving. So maybe we'll give it about 3 months, maybe September time. We'll come back to this and we'll see what happened. We'll go back in time. We'll see what happened with Verge. Did it increase in volume? Did it increase in price? Whatever. So remind me on that. But let's look at the chart in a more reasonable mindset. This is absolutely mental. When you think of how much that pumped and where we are right now. Now this, to get decent data, I actually need to go on the log scale to show you this chart. That's how crazy this has been. Now it has moved quite a little bit in time, but not much, right? In the grand scheme of things. This, in my viewpoint, if there is a big sustained alt season, this will be one of the coins that you've probably noticed will move. It's just one of those things. It just tends to move. When you start zooming in, this is what we're at. We're at a key level here. If we break above, and I'll do some TA in a minute, this level, and it uses support, it is a very, very good entry point. Obviously, everyone wants to go, oh, you should have bought there. Obviously. But look at where it's been. It's absolutely crazy. So we're going to do a bit of TA, see where the good places are. But when you look at where we've been from that basically the COVID pump, or dump and then pump, crazy, because a lot of altcoins have showed this actual nature where we've dumped massively, we've pretty much recovered. Now, downside is we could reverse, reject, and carry on going down. That could happen. We're seeing that with a few coins already, but this has got some decent news coming out. We've got halving, obviously. People will talk about it. Obviously, the bots will be out, the shillers will be about it, or just one of those things. It happens. This is a way for you guys, if you're new to the space, to understand how the economic side of it in cryptocurrency can make you money if you know what to read. If you can read that people are talking about something, and you can read the news that something is happening, and you get in early enough, and you sell before the event happens, well done. You've probably made profit. There's a high probability chance you've made profit. Now, a lot of people do it the other way around. People go, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait. Oh, they've got a news announcement coming on the 30th of whatever month. Halving's happening. I'll buy on the halving day. It doesn't work like that. A lot of people were doing that with Bitcoin. Look what's happened. Not many people have made money yet. So let's put a rocket on this chart. Why not? I believe that this will, over time, with a vibrant alt market, will be one of the leading lights of a potential profit maker. It has been incredibly high. It has proof of time, as I've mentioned. So bear that in mind when you are looking for coins to purchase. Now, I don't hold this. I have no affiliation to Verge. I'm only covering it because it's a very, very easy content for me to cover due to halving. So this area, by the way, just to give you that as an area, if we break out beyond this box, I'm going to change the color of it, by the way. Once it piss off, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. I want to make it a different random color. There we go. So that is your area. This is resistance, obviously. The key level, as you can see, right? You can hardly see the bloody thing. It's that crazy. When you look at that, and it goes beyond this, by the way, just to let you know, I'll do some arrows and annotations to show you. Because support, by the way, is where you've got demand of buyers waiting to hold it up. So basically what we're looking for is this to hold as support. And then potentially for it to piss off a bit more. There's other areas, obviously, right? You can see this area here on the daily. I can put that there. Make my OCD look good. But you've got to remember, this has to hold. There's obviously areas here as well. There's all kinds of big levels. But as a big level, that is a big level. That's a big turning point, as you can see. So that is basic TA. This is resistance at the minute. So what could happen? This could happen as well, just to let you know. If that does happen, and you still rate this as a potential opportunity, look at that level here. Let me just move this along. TA should not be very, very hard. It should be very, very simple, concise. Look for certain levels for you to buy on. Now, there's a big level there. Now, that is if the worst case scenario happens, as in there's a second COVID smash, whatever, Bitcoin dumps to low levels, Ethereum dies to $100 again, and the altcoins go with it, right? That is what could happen realistically. But there's also another level here, as you can see, very, very simple level. So there's all kinds of little levels you can look at to invest on. I'll make that nice and thin. So just be mindful of what to look for in basic chart formation. So we have scenario A, long. Just boom, bang. Simple as that, right? Really, really easy. My phone's going off. That's irritating. I don't know why. Anyone want me? Probably not. So I'm going to roll with it. Anyways, if it breaks beyond this level, invest. If it breaks down, wait for potential that area here, which is 0.0041, and then you got an area 0.0031. However, I think these scenarios in Verge as it stands are very, very unlikely. So if we do reject, dollar cost average might be quite good, cool, because you got to look. I can't even look, to be honest with you. If you look left, we've never actually been this low before. So yes, it is risky. It could completely die. But most importantly, with news, fundamentals, with community-driven based information, essentially, with hype, all kinds of stuff like that, the chances are it may go into an uptrend. When you look at the BTC dominance as well, just to give you a further point, the altcoin dominance, it's starting to get a bit of a grip on it. This has actually gone up quite a lot. Total 2 has gone up quite a lot over the last few weeks. This has gone down a little bit, not by much, but a little bit. So the altcoins have actually rallied. A lot of altcoins have done this same motion. If it carries on and it breaks beyond this level, it's a huge level to get beyond since July 2019. So nearly a year underneath this level. If it breaks beyond it, we could fly. So there we go. That is today's video, box off, squared, sorted. Nice and simple. I hope you enjoyed it. Verge is a risky one, but also it could yield some very, very good rewards. I want to make a disclaimer though. I am not invested in this in any shape or form. This is just content. This is giving guys ideas, girls ideas, obviously, in terms of what you can do with stuff like this. But this, in my viewpoint, when I zoom in on this, I do feel we may start turning around at some point. But it's massively important that you understand that if it breaks beyond this and this acts as support and it's flipped, it will continue going up. However, this may reject, it may come down and then go again. So please make sure you do technical analysis. Please make sure you understand what you're looking at. Obviously do your research, not financial advice, all kinds of good stuff. Ciao, ciao.